The following podcast is unsuitable for children under 16 years of age. Viewer discretion is advised.
But yeah, man, shit's been real.
Yeah. Hey. That's welcome to Bottom of the Mat.
This is a Super Slam.
Yeah, this is
right?
Super Slam.
It's
we
first
didn't
dry
really
opener
have
in a while, you
We
guys.
don't feel really that exciting.
we
wait,
didn't.
hold on. I'm getting a report. We've got something important.
Oh yeah, I just heard it too.
Turn your TV on.
Just
Turn your
stay
TV
right
on.
here. I
Turn
got
it
you, I got
on.
you. It's
Turn
on
on.
right now. It's on right now. Well, hello everyone, and welcome to the News Report. I am Mr. Sam Jones.
And I am Skip Sheffield.
Skip Sheffield, man, we have some crazy news today, don't we?
Yes, we do.
How about that Hulk Hogan?
Oh, it is so beautiful and delicious up on the racism front.
I know. Just the most tastiest racism I've ever tasted in my life. And it's not even that racist. Hulk Hogan has been accused of being racist because he said, and I quote on one of his signs in his restaurant, that he didn't want his customers to come in dressed as the stereotypical black guy. We have a list for you, gentlemen. We're going to go through it.
What did he say the stereotypical black guy was going to dress as?
Well, now when you listen to this list, it's not going to seem bad until you get to the end of it. So I'm just going to give you the top of the list, and then we're going to all take turns giving you the end of the list. We have a special guest with us, the leader in racism and racist thoughts, Dr. Stephen Omiki.
It's Stephen White. Thank you.
Sorry, Mr. White.
Omiki was my adopted name. Okay. I'd like to take my real parents' name.
It was his slave name.
It's my slave name.
I apologize for that, sir. Dr. White is here with us.
He did spend 12 seconds as a slave.
He did.
Worst 12 seconds of my life.
It was worse than the 15 years a slave that Don Cheadle had to spend. I don't know if I got the actor right. I don't care. Here's the list.
I don't think you even got the movie right.
Either do I. Here's the list, ladies and gentlemen. First off, no oversized t-shirts, no excessively baggy attire, no low-hanging pants or shorts, no hats facing sideways or backwards, no oversized or excessive jewelry, no camouflage unless with a military ID, no workout clothing including but not limited to track suits, jumpsuits, sweatpants, or basketball shorts, and no high-top sneakers. Now that's just the top of the list. Let's go ahead and start getting into the grits and gravy of why this man that has some of the most racist. Dr. White, why don't you start off with us? You had a couple of one of the many terms on this list that shocked you. What was that, sir?
Probably the camouflage one.
The camouflage one.
Since when can't you wear camouflage? I mean, I've seen white people wear camouflage. Why can't white people wear camouflage?
I see.
I feel that's a little racist.
I can understand that.
Yeah.
I can understand that.
Right?
Yes, indeed.
I found, in addition to high-top sneakers, he is outlawed in the confines of his restaurant. He has outlawed the hairstyles of both the high-top fade and the Jerry curl.
No.
I know,
but
right?
you gotta understand, you can't have all that greasy mess
You
from
really
the Jerry
can't.
curl
I mean, that's
in your restaurant.
I mean, there's a lot of open flames.
I'm telling you.
This is his hibachi grill, correct?
I'm not sure. It did
Hulk
not
Hogan's
specify.
Hibachi Grill.
It did not specify which
The
restaurant.
Triple HG.
It could have been his soul food restaurant.
I feel
The
like that
moldy
might
black
cut
iron
into
cast.
I feel like that might cut into his customer base, though, if he were to make those types
Well,
of
see, and I feel like the list is missing quite a bit of things, Like, you can't have a goddamn gold mine in your mouth.
I know, right? Well, what is up with these grills? I mean, I don't have a grill. I've always wanted one, but I don't have one.
Oh, wait, were we talking about a George Foreman grill, or?
I'm not sure. I just heard it in a song once. They said, "Smile for me, Daddy, what you looking at? Because you're getting slammed to the bottom of the mat."
Oh, what?
Y'all thought we was doing a dry opener? Bullshit.
No, man. Oh, wait, hey, we didn't reveal the last little part of the list.
Oh, yeah.
Right. Also, no black people.
Yeah,
No black people.
people.
Get the hell out of my store, brother.
If you want to eat at Hulk Hogan's Hibachi Grill and you're black, you're gonna have a bad time, brother.
Hulk, we messing with you. I don't even take that list seriously, Hulk.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with everything on it.
Except for the high top sneakers, I have bad ankle support.
And see, I thought that the camouflage clothing thing is perfect because that's
because
actually
only the military should be wearing camouflage.
That's actually
if you're not a deer hunter and you don't also have that deer hunter orange on, I feel like that should be the only exception, you know.
Exactly. And see, they've actually, and this is one of the few things that I think the president has actually done correctly since he's been in office, he enabled the Stolen Valor Act. If you are not in the military and you are impersonating someone in the military, prancing around in awards you didn't earn, you can be prosecuted and sent to jail.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, I've been following it a lot on Facebook. Go to Stolen Valor on Facebook. You'll see a lot about it. But there's some of these uniforms.
Is great. That is an awesome.
Some of these uniforms, like, these people didn't even fucking try. There's this guy. One, he's wearing his beret all fucked up.
Mm-hmm.
Two, his nameplates are on the wrong side. And his
So he is Colonel U.S. Army.
Not even that. His name is Colonel whatever. On his name tape it says COL dot. And his rank. So your name is Colonel. Yeah, no. That's what your name tape says, sir. He looked like a fuck. Oh my god. And I've seen so many people, like, their facial hair. They look like you.
Mm-hmm.
And you're not authorized to wear that uniform. I saw a guy with a fucking long-ass ponytail. It's just ridiculous.
Now, the only, ranks that I would ever, possibly see in the names are guys whose last name is Sergeant, at which point they would join as Private Sergeant, which is going to be awesome.
But you're not going to have your rank.
That would be awesome.
You're not going to have your rank in there. And the only exception, the only time it's okay...
I should name my son Captain. Private Captain. I'm changing my last name to Captain, ladies and gentlemen. It's happening.
The only time in a military uniform you should wear facial hair is if you are a Navy SEAL. You have to have it for your cover. Mm-hmm. That is the only exception.
There are some special forces in all branches.
Yes, exactly. But if it's one of those things, if you are authorized it, if you've not earned that uniform, do not wear it. Don't wear something that we have earned.
Yeah, that's.
And don't. And also, if you're gonna do it too, be fucking smart. Do your goddamn homework. The U.S.
Army has rules and regulations. We have books that teach you this is how to wear your uniform. If you're gonna be stupid and try and say that you're in the U.S. Army, at least read the freaking rules and regulations on how to wear the uniform. That way we can't fucking tell them we don't need to fucking care.
And don't put the fucking ARCOM below the National Defense ribbon. The ARCOM is more prestigious, motherfuckers.
Mm-hmm.
But we've digressed.
We have. But that's what happens when you come on to Super Slam. You know what I'm saying?
For only $59.99.
Or if you don't want to do the commitment, you can pay the low price of $3.99.
Absolutely.
$3.99.
We also have a premium option. $3.50.
$3.50.
All right, so let's get this.
That nice young man $3.50.
Let's get this started. We already kind of talked about the Hulk Hogan thing. Oh, goddamn.
That's awesome.
Alright, let's get this thing off the ground. We'll start talking about NXT. We got 2 new people from NXT.
Yes, indeed.
I'll turn this over to the Triple B.
Mm-hmm. Let me.
Their names are Kevin Steen and Finn Balor.
Mm-hmm.
And boy, do these two
Kevin Steen, he's been signed for a while now. I remember when I first came in.
Yes, you were the one who came in. But Finn Balor is new to the scene. Hold on, I'm pulling the story up. I'm sorry, everybody. I should already have this pulled up.
What the fuck?
I know, right? I'm fucking up.
You really are a bastard.
After the highly anticipated debut of Kenta, who now goes by the name Hideo
Itami.
All eyes are on the next 2 big independent stars the WWE snapped up in the form of Kevin Steen and Fergal Devitt. I'm not sure if that's his real name. I really hope not, because you are going to get made fun of with the name Fergal. And that's probably why you shortened it to Finn.
He's going to be known as Fergie.
They do cover name changes.
Fergalicious.
However, it is now common knowledge that Fergal Devitt will be using the new name, much like Kenta has switched to Hideo Itami. It was rumored that Devitt could go by his real name, Fergal, but he may now go by the name Finn Balor.
Baylor or Bayer?
Baylor, B-A-L-O-R.
No, I spelled it wrong on my notes. Sorry.
It's all good.
Fishfoot fucked up. What a surprise.
Again.
No.
Fishfoot can't type.
It was my bullshit ass Jamaican accent that slipped out when I was trying to say his name.
That's okay. Hey, you're making me crazy.
I'm sorry, Mom.
Because you laughed at that, you're
that is bullshit ass Jamaican.
I told you.
Yeah.
But no, speaking of NXT,
That was real Jamaican.
Well, speaking of NXT, I've actually been hearing a lot of rumors about the Ascension.
Oh, and I am excited about those.
Oh,
bad
Connor and
news.
Victor, they're like the creepiest characters we've seen since the fucking Brood.
I'm telling
And I
you.
love it.
Although I
Which-
can't really say the Brood was creepy.
Well,
They were at first, in the end, it just got...
when they were part of the Undertaker's ministry,
Mhm.
that was like the best part of their career. Except for Christian and Edge went on to do better things, but Gangrel
Yeah.
you didn't hear much from after that.
Yeah.
Gangrel was awesome, though.
The fucking Brood of vampires, dude. Like, do you even know what Connor and Victor are supposed to be? Are they supposed to be like just creepy motherfuckers? Because they are. It's great. I love it.
They're creepy, but they're like Ascension. Like the Ascension is, to me, the modern day acolytes.
I like
I mean,
that.
you can look at their ring gear.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I can see it.
Uh,
And one of them's got the facial hair like Bradshaw used to have, which is perfect.
The other one
I
just
haven't
needs to
really
start
got to
dropping
watch
jam.
I haven't really got to watch them since I watched them defend, I think it was like the NXT tag titles or something like that. What was that, a month ago or something like that, I think.
Well, about 2 or 3 weeks ago, they dropped them to not Mystico. I keep saying that wrong. Sin Cara and Callisto. Callisto?
Yep, Kalisto.
Please.
And I think that's great that they're finally utilizing Sin Cara correctly.
Oh, yeah,
Well,
definitely.
Because he was just a jobber on Raw.
Well, it looks like, eventually we're going to start getting to see some of these lower guys that are jobbers on the main roster go back down to the developmental and work on their shit.
Yeah.
Like we've seen Sin Cara go back down, and now he's NXT champion. He can give, or tag team champion, he can give his partner some great advice. He can give all of his opponents great advice on, okay, this is what works up on the main roster. This is how you can not fuck up and do what I did and have to come back down to developmental.
Absolutely.
And we're seeing this possibly with Titus O'Neil, who on the main roster, let's face it, his most enthralling rivalry
Was
recently
against
has against freaking
Darren Young.
Darren Young, but that rivalry didn't even go anywhere. The longest rivalry he's had recently is against a man in a bunny outfit.
I'm sorry.
Well, while you talk about Darren Young, this wasn't in the notes because I didn't think it was relevant, but we might as well talk about it. Former trader, or current trader, Brodus Clay, actually spoke out about Darren Young coming out.
Oh, yeah.
And he said it kind of pissed me off because he said it was kind of weird. Just because somebody's gay doesn't mean they've always got the hots for you.
No, well, the way he said it, I didn't get that from his comments.
I kind of did a little bit, but
I got...
It all depended on how you as a person were
Right.
feeling when you read it.
right.
And if you were feeling malicious, you got
Like,
this malicious intent behind
well,
it.
you traitor.
But you traitor.
The reason
But if
the
you
reason
were-
I acted like that,
Yeah.
I was watching on Twitch last night, and there's this streamer I've been following for a couple months. He's a really, really cool guy on stream. He's always engaging chat. He's really cool. And so the comment came up, somebody else asking if he was religious. And he said, no, religions don't typically like me because of my lifestyles. And so I asked him if he didn't mind, explaining what he meant. He was like, I'm not going to say it, but I'll type it in chat. He typed out the fact that he's a homosexual. Which,
Okay.
he's a cool guy.
Yeah.
I'm not going to judge him based on that.
Oh.
I don't have any problem with
My
homosexuality.
mom's best friend, he is my uncle, and he is gay, and he comes up with the funniest shit I've ever seen in my life.
Well-
if y'all on my Facebook page, Sister Heidi McCooch, that's my uncle.
Well, if
my one of my best friends, one of my battle buddies from down at Fort Sam Houston there for a long time, was the most flamboyant gay black man you will ever meet. Like,
in the army.
like
It's a new army.
it's a new army, and he was just the most flamboyant. Like, he would walk through the bay and he'd be like, "Make way for Hester," and he was hilarious.
There was a guy when I went to
But
AIT.
that was my battle buddy.
There was a guy when
yeah,
I was
would
at
love
AIT. I
to
could
meet
swear
that
he was
dude.
gay.
I was like, you know what? I'm glad you could be yourself around all these motherfuckers. I wish they would say something to you.
There was
Do
one.
you.
There was one guy who tried, and he got the shit beat out of him that night.
There was a guy at my basic. I swear, he never really came out. He never really said he was gay, but I could tell by the way he was acting. It kind of made me a little uncomfortable because I think he hit on me once, but it didn't really bother me all that much. But what really pisses me off is
Just flattering, right?
Yeah.
right a little bit. It was a little weird because he is a weird guy. But what pissed me off though, as soon as he typed that, there were like 3 or 4 people that started spamming the word fag, and he banned them immediately.
Oh, yeah.
That's one thing you do not say to a gay guy. They
Yeah.
already have it hard enough. They can't walk into a church without feeling condemned. I can't sympathize with that exactly, but I know what it's like because I have tattoos on my arm. I get so many weird looks when I walk into a church. That's just 'cause-
I do too, but that's because I'm Muslim. So
that's a different story, though.
I come from a base.
As long as you're not part of that ISIS shit, I don't give a fuck.
I come from a base Southern Baptist religion, which they are strict. I couldn't follow those terms. So what did I do? I stopped going to church and I started teaching myself. Because if you don't read for yourself, then you ain't really learning nothing.
Exactly.
Don't follow the words of your church verbatim. You need to study the Bible yourself and figure out what that means to
Funny
you.
thing, the guy actually lives in Wichita, so he said maybe
nice.
we might meet up and kind of hang out for a bit.
Hell yeah, cool. If he wants to be on the show, invite him to the show.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I
That'd
don't
be
know.
cool to have a fellow streamer. We could we could do the Nerd Podcast. Right?
Well, he was
yeah,
like-
we need to do that.
We
He was
do,
like,
we do.
let me know where you're gonna be, and we might Twitch stalk each other. He was like, yeah, broadcast from my webcam on my phone. Hey guys, I'm with Thursday. That's the
Yeah.
guy's name, by the way. Checking that is really cool. If you like Twilight Princess, he loves that game. He speedruns. He does 100% and any percent. The only bad thing is he had a run die this morning. He works the night shift,
Yeah.
and so he stays up during the night anyway because of work schedule.
He and I know what that is.
And
Yeah.
and so he runs a 9-hour category. He had a run die because he was in the pit of trials or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, Trials cavern. There's like 60 some levels. If you die, you start all over. And he lost it because he listened to some dumbass in his chat.
Ain't that about a bitch?
It sucked, dude. I felt bad for him because I woke up just at the beginning of that section and the guy was doing it. I'm like, don't fucking listen to him Thursday. Don't do it. Anyways, don't be a dick. Just because somebody's gay doesn't mean that they
Exactly.
want to.
They just want to suck your
Yeah.
dick. Yeah,
But
no.
yeah.
And
That
people-
is not the case.
and-
Most
and
of the
Brogus
time,
was
you
talking-
disgusting to them anyway.
And
Yeah.
people that assume that
You want to stick your dick in a female? Oh,
Uh-uh.
hell no.
people that assume that homosexuality is a choice, it's not.
It's
You don't.
not.
Okay, Rodney Carrington said it best. You got to be born with the gay thing. You don't just wake up one morning, go to your fishing buddy, and says, "Hey, Walt, we've known each other a long damn time. Let's rub our wieners together." You don't do that.
Or as Eddie Murphy said, Mort, I've been watching you, Mort, and you've been watching me. I know. I've seen you. You watch me. Mort, how would you like me to fuck you up the ass?
You don't just wake up one morning and have an epiphany. I think I want to fuck a guy today. All right, but anyway, back to WWE. I like that we're filling the gaps. 'cause
But
we-
yeah, Brodus Clay, I don't feel like he was.
Yeah,
I don't feel
think
like he was saying that.
I was
feel
probably
like,
partially biased because of that situation, though.
Yeah.
I reading on his other comments, he's saying in the wrestling business, like we don't really care. We were some of the first ones to
Probably-
elevate above.
Probably back in the 80s, early 80s and 70s is probably
Yeah.
something you didn't want to come out and say. But
Well, look at Pat
nowadays,
Patterson.
don't
But
nobody
from
care.
late 80s,
Well, look
late
at Pat
80s.
Patterson. He just recently came out on
Yeah.
Legends House.
Well,
And
recently
everybody
came
fucking
out
loved
to.
it. They didn't think nothing else of him.
He said that. I was like, wow, that
Oh,
is
yeah.
that is a huge secret
That
to
is a
live with.
burden that he has
I'm
been
getting-
carrying for so long.
I'm getting chills right now.
Well,
talking
Pat
about
Patterson, and the thing is, he came out to the fans, but the guys who were in the freaking industry with him, who traveled the road with him, a lot of them
Oh
knew.
yeah, freaking
Yeah, of course.
Briscoe.
Briscoe knew.
I'm sure
Because
Mel
Briscoe
knew.
was in there cross-dressing with him. So Briscoe loved it just as much as he did.
Vince knew.
He had to have known.
Vince had to know.
And him coming out and being brave enough to say that on TV.
On national TV,
Yeah.
Well,
No,
not national,
well,
it's on
not
network, but
national.
still.
It's
In front of
International.
millions.
right now it's international.
It's international.
Yeah, but in him to do that, it takes a lot of courage.
Oh yeah.
If I had a secret like that, I'd probably want to keep that shit because people are going to judge you.
Mhm.
And it made me admire that guy so much.
Oh yeah. Definitely.
Which there's going to be haters who are going to be like, yeah, he only came out because he wants to keep his name relevant. No, fuck
No.
you. He came out because
He
he's
came
like, you
out
know what?
because
I'm
he's
fucking tired of
yeah,
this
yeah.
shit.
He's tired of holding that burden over his back.
And you could tell he felt so much
Oh,
better
yeah.
after finally saying it. He kept it bottled up
He
for
was
what,
so
50
worried.
years?
Yeah. He was so worried about what the other dudes in the house was gonna think of him.
Every
And they
one of
didn't
them said,
do-
"I love you,
they-
man."
yeah,
Every single one.
none of them felt any different. In fact,
Exactly.
You
in fact,
don't
I
know.
thought
If anything, they loved him more.
in fact, I thought I saw a little bit of a gleam in Oakland's eye.
No, that's because Ashley came in the room.
Oh,
Hi, Ashley.
He was such a horn dog on that show.
he really was.
He was my favorite guy just
I was
because
saying.
of that.
I was like, this
Piper
dude
was
ain't
close
slowed
second.
down yet. He must have been having mad rats around when he was younger.
Best part is when they're at that little
Still.
party,
Still.
the art gallery party, when he
Yeah.
mixes her a cocktail and puts way too much fucking vodka in
Yeah.
it. No, it's just fine. He's trying to get me drunk.
I was
Get me
like,
drunk.
get you some, dog. I see you.
Oh gosh.
Which, to be fair, wouldn't you be trying to get
I
Ashley?
would be trying to get out.
Well, hey, we are ready to have a top 5 planned. We got some time to kill anyone on the show. Favorite Legends House moment from the first season?
Oh Lord, and this is just gonna make me sound like I got an affinity for ducks. I really don't. I do not. But Lord, Tony Atlas was like a child with them damn rubber duckies. Rubber ducky, ucky. I was like, shut up. You're a grown man.
I have two. The roast was absolutely fucking hilarious. I laughed so hard. I laughed during Finkel and freaking Hart because it was so bad.
Yeah.
I mean, the jokes were good. The delivery was sucky. But the best part was the thing with Piper and Atlas. Where he's talking about, man, I've heard about squeezing a blackhead, but this is fucking ridiculous. And then my first one has to be the wife thing, when they were doing the how well do you know your roommate thing.
Oh yeah.
And Piper writes wife, and Jim Duggan. Yeah, Jim Duggan reads life. It's like, and then he comes out, I'm a heel, right? I have to cheat. This guy can't even read.
That was still funny to me. That was so funny.
I gotta say my favorite moment, and it happened early on, but it's still one of my favorites. Gary fucking Busey.
Oh god.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, very.
Oh
They
my
didn't know
god.
how to take that.
Tension's already high, and you add Gary Busey. He doesn't know what the fuck he's talking
that
about.
does not
Half the
help.
time.
Who's just, which, to be fair to Gary Busey, I'd sound crazy too if I left half my brain on a Los Angeles freeway. So, but no, that guy is
Gary Busey. The little remote commercial.
Yeah.
Find Gary Busey.
I want to watch myself on TV, you son of a bitch.
Find Gary Busey.
And then he finds.
Ah!
All right.
Oh.
Well,
Lord have mercy.
we got a few more topics we can talk about before we cut the break. So let's go with the 2K15 trailer.
Oh, goodness.
Whew.
Did you see the beads of real sweat?
Oh my
I
god!
Making me glad I upgraded my system.
I'm saying, I'm close. I'm
see,
close.
my
I'm
buddy
a mere
bailed me
3
out.
weeks away.
It was gonna be close. I wasn't sure if I was gonna get the pre-order, but my buddy bailed me out for my birthday because it comes out the day after I turn 23. Yo, hats off to Doc. He's like one of the best buddies I have around.
Worst tag team partner, but best buddy.
Absolutely worst tag team partner.
Oh, it was awesome.
I so wish I had my capture card streaming at that time.
Oh,
because
that would have been amazing.
Because like he keeps. What did you do? Like I can't remember. Like you
Are
hit
you
me or
still
something.
are you stealing wins again? Is that what you're
No,
doing?
we were tag team partners.
And he knocks me off the ladder. Yeah.
Okay, no, so yeah, he's stealing wins.
No,
he
no,
used
no.
to do that to me all the time.
We lost the
no,
match.
that is bull crap because he used to steal the wins from
We
me.
didn't lose
we would
that
be
match.
on the
We
same
didn't lose
team.
that match. I climbed back up the ladder and I got the.
Oh yeah.
I got it
he stole
myself.
the win from
I was
you.
so pissed because like what the fuck,
Like
dude?
he
You are
climbed
a
up the
fucking
ladder
win thief.
and I gave him a superplex off
There-
the ladder.
There's our next topic. Don't play 2K15 with
With
the
Doc.
dog because he's just going to steal the win from you.
We're probably gonna end up doing it anyway. Because
Yeah.
we're both gonna have a copy of it.
Like we're both gonna have a copy. You're gonna have
Yeah,
a copy.
I'm gonna have a copy.
Everyone's gonna have a copy. Both of y'all gonna be Mitches about it too.
We're all gonna be streaming it
I swear to
probably.
God, I'm going to start. Oh no, I know what to expect now, so I'm going to be the malicious one this time around. Okay,
But
you bastards.
like for free for all, Triple B came up with a great term for when you're doing a free for all 6-man ladder match.
It's a distraction tactic we call Houstoning.
Mhm.
I want to hear it.
Named after one of the most greatest distraction tactics
I
I've
wait
ever
until you
played
get in
with
a
to this
long
day.
ass finisher, and then I climb the ladder and I
Yeah,
take it.
exactly.
Of course.
Yeah, yeah.
That's the only way to win. Those
Everyone
things.
else is down, And he starts his finisher, but his finisher takes like 30 seconds to complete. Because he has so many twists and turns that he just insisted on throwing in there.
Hey,
And
it's a
so
beautiful thing.
I make my finishers to where I'm like, hit it, make one of them so that I can go directly into a pin, but they're quick. They are quick. I hit it, and we're done.
It's called the moneymaker for a reason.
That might work in
It made
singles.
me money.
It might work in singles matches.
It made me not just money, it made me Mr. Money in the Bank.
Go F yourself.
Well, speaking of, it's not really, well, it is stealing wins. We watched Night of Champions, right? How
Yeah.
Ziggler lost the title via roll-up, grabbing the tights.
And
Yeah.
2 hands full. And there was a full moon for the fans by that entrance
I'll
ramp.
say.
Well, the next night on Raw, Ziggler got
And
the
there
title back.
might have been some apricot there too.
Ziggler got the title back in the same fashion he lost it the very next night.
You know that was a rib, though. You know he ribbed the crap out of that pants pull.
Oh, yeah.
he was like, all right, buddy, here we go. Here's the finish. Go! They were in the
Back there in the, in the
they
gorilla
were
position,
running in
they
the
were like,
backstage area. Like, you get back here, you son of a bitch! You ain't catching me! You ain't catching me, you motherfucker!
Which is probably why The Miz lost the title the next night, because he had a little too much moon showing.
reasons why Miz lost the title.
One,
It was
he's
a
a
full
Mitch.
moon out.
Yeah.
2, Damian Mizdow took out our Ziggler.
Our Ziggler. Ziggler.
Arnigla?
Yep.
Arnigla?
Our Nigla.
Oh, but like,
Our little Nigla.
well, let's talk about
This
the
little Nigla.
let's talk about the IC Championship situation right now, though. At the first pay-per-view,
Who's still
Miz
in-
won it,
Yeah.
and then Ziggler won it. Miz won it back, and then Ziggler's won it back again. They're changing the title way too much.
Yeah,
The short
yeah,
range
like-
make it seem like nothing. It's not. It's
Well,
not.
no. It's just I think what they're trying to do is show you how, or make the assumption that these two are so even that the title, it's not definite between those
Surely,
two people.
but
I hope
it is now because Ziggler's got
Yes,
2 out of 3,
Yeah.
and this isn't going up tonight before SmackDown, right?
No.
We're recording this on a Friday afternoon.
for
On
once.
an afternoon.
I know, right?
I know.
Normally it's
but
like 4 in the
never
morning.
happened.
But no, we're recording this on a Friday afternoon, and so Friday night SmackDown happens tonight, but it happened earlier this week. There was a battle royal for #1 contender for the Intercontinental Championship,
Really?
and your new #1 contender for the IC Championship is the Swiss Superman himself, the King of
Oh,
Swings,
shit.
Cesaro.
Who probably still won't win the belt on pay-per-view.
Oh, I'd like to see him win
I've
it.
kind of given up on it.
Yeah, I'd like to see him win.
Creative doesn't want him to have it. Obviously, they've given him what, three title opportunities in the last 6 months, and he's come up empty every time.
Mm-hmm.
Why? Why are you doing that?
Maybe it's something he's doing. We never really thought about that. What is he doing backstage to piss everybody off? We gave you this opportunity, now we got to take it away from you because you did this.
But instead of just having them start jobbing, they keep putting him in high-profile matches to lose.
Because they want him to understand this is what you could have had if you wouldn't have fucked up.
That's a very good point.
Now that's just a theory. Don't hold that over his head.
And it could be they're building some sort of frustration angle.
Angle.
What the fuck? I'm gonna fucking go out there and I'm just gonna start annihilating motherfuckers like I did to Kofi Kingston.
Actually, this would be the perfect time to break kayfabe once and for all. Let him get so frustrated that he goes out and he's like, you know what, Creative? I am tired of you guys putting me in these bullcrap matches where I'm not getting the gold. So here's what I'm going to do. And he grabs the chair and he just goes and starts wrecking shop in the back. He starts finding wrestlers, beating the shit out. And they make it look like it's all real. They bring in ambulances and shit for everybody. They have them arrested. They bring up charges, air quote, all that stuff. And finally just destroy kayfabe. And just let it be done.
They fire him on WWE.com, and then he signs with TNA. And then he signs with TNA.
And then they buy TNA.
No. As part of his whole storyline, he signs with TNA, and then he shows up on TNA, and he's like, you know what? I am so glad to be here. And some of the wrestlers that he destroyed backstage at WWE crashed TNA that night.
Oh,
Oh,
shit.
God.
Oh my god. And then he comes back to Raw the next week, And he's like, yeah, I never fucking signed with TNA. Why climb on board the Titanic as it's sinking? That's like jumping onto the Hindenburg after it exploded. It's like, I got a ticket. I missed my flight. Ooh, looks like I'm going to get a second chance.
No, that's like getting back into the ring when your husband's getting obliterated to save your ass. Alright, well,
my God.
we've hit about the half-hour mark. So let's go ahead and take a quick break.
Oh,
and we'll come back, we'll give you the last couple topics, and we'll finish out the show from there. So we'll see you guys in just a few seconds. This is Fish Food.
And this is Doc.
And it's time for the plugs. First things first, we have a website, bottomofthemat.com, spelled with 2 T's. We've also got an email account, bottomofthemat, spelled with 2 T's at yahoo.com.
We've got another email account, bottomofthemat, spelled with 1 T at Gmail, because I can spell. And we've got a Google Voice account, which is 580-609-0399. You can text us, send us phone calls, anything you want to. If you're into that, I don't know why you would be.
We also got a Twitch channel if you want to see me live stream games. I do a lot of speed runs. Go to twitch.tv/bottomofthemat. Also, we've got a YouTube channel. Look us up at Bottom of the Mat. I think that's all we've got.
Yeah. All right. Back to the show.
See you guys in a minute.
Bottom of the Mat Studios, 6:43 p.m.
All right, gentlemen. We have a new investigation in progress. We have to search for a certain individual. He has been described as a very tall, white individual, large ears, likes to hop around everywhere. All right? Start asking questions. We need to find out who this person is.
So you mean to tell me that WWE's been infiltrated by a rabbit that's getting all the divas pregnant?
That's not how it's been going, B.
Oh, okay. I was just trying to be the ice character.
Oh.
Well, either way, it could be a very, very, very dire situation. We got to find out who it is.
He's passing out. He's
Well,
passing
I'm
out
gonna
ass
be
kicking
lazy.
to jobbers.
You know what? I'm going to be lazy and sleep here while y'all go investigate. I'll just hold down the studio and make sure the rabbit don't come here.
Well, you better find some fucking donuts when we get back, bitch.
All right,
Mitch.
I got you.
All right. 4 hours later.
Hey, can you help me out? We're in the middle of an investigation.
All right, dog. What you need, dog? What you need?
We're looking for a specific individual. Tall, white, male, long
Sheamus.
ears. No.
Okay, go ahead.
Paler than Sheamus.
All right, Paige.
I said male.
Oh, shit.
No.
My fault.
He likes to hang
someone
around.
who looks like this.
Oh, you talking about that bunny that be like boom, 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 but then bass drums on the boom, 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 boom.
That's
you know
the Energizer Bunny.
Oh, shit, my fault. Okay, but did you talking about? I know who you talking about. I know who y'all talking about. Though. You talking about that bunny that be hopping around with them making the peacock noises. Nigga. You know about that bunny, right?
We are not talking about the Cadbury Cream Egg Bunny.
Those are some delicious ass eggs.
They are. But
you know. All right. Oh, I know. You talk about that bunny that you pour the stuff in the milk and you stir it, it tastes good. You know what I'm talking about, dog?
No, that's the Nesquik bunny, and this bunny is not black. We're not looking for a black one for once.
Holy crap. Damn, I'm shocked.
we did say it was white.
Are you talking about that bunny right there?
Oh, shit!
Get out of here!
Wow, that was a hell of a drop kick.
He double-legged B. He
Damn.
double-legged B.
And... Oh my god! High crossbody.
We gotta find out who this guy is.
Backwards mule kick!
I know.
We have to find out who this guy is. He's a disgrace to the WWE.
Is it possible that Adam Rose is 2 places at once?
If so, fuck.
I'm second.
I don't want double party time.
I mean, but no, I'm sitting there and I'm like, you said he was a disgrace to the WWE, so like my mind just first went.
Well, I can't imagine. Okay, you know what a canon is in music, right? Obviously, I can't imagine. Again. So, I know you hate the song, but let's do it. You see how?
Oh God! It's infectious!
Oh God, my ears.
Hey,
cut them off!
He didn't bite you, right? The bunny didn't bite you. Oh my God, B.
No.
Look.
My ears. What's happening to me?
In other news, we now have a new sponsor. The Bottom of the Mat is now not sponsored by Nesquik. Okay, in all seriousness,
Get high off the quick.
This week's not sponsored, brought to you by everyone.
I like that. All right, but we're seriously though. There's been a lot of fan theories floating around about who the bunny is.
Darren
Young,
Justin Gabriel.
Justin Gabriel.
I'm trying to think of high rope tactics and that backwards mule kick because it can't be Sean Waltman. And he's too damn old to be in that damn costume.
But what if?
Maybe.
Oh my God! Don't do that to me.
Maybe it's the guy who played the gobbledygooker back in the day.
You mean
animals.
One of the older Guerrero brothers. I don't think it's him.
It's an idea. You know what?
What are them
You know what I don't
damn
understand?
animals?
They're always picking land animals to be mascots. Where the fuck is the fish guy? I just want to see the fish guy one time.
No.
Actually,
I'm totally
Well,
not serious about
I
that.
think the
idea.
closest we would ever
Actually-
come is if we ever got like, what's the big guy who was swimming in the Olympics?
No, F
If
that.
we got him to come in.
No, F that. The closest we've already been that close. Because there was a long time we didn't know who this person was. The intern raw general manager, that was the computer.
No, it's Hornswoggle.
Yeah, I know, it was Hornswoggle, but for a while, it could have been
And
a fish.
we all know leprechauns are land animals.
Well,
Leprechauns can't swim. They're like black people.
Oh!
you can't say they can't play hockey because there's a black hockey player now in the NHL.
Really?
Yeah, because we had to meet a
Awesome.
quota.
Right?
Wait,
No,
wait. But what about that mulatto dude who played in the minors?
That's not the majors, though. I was talking about the NHL.
Okay, well.
Anyway, but no.
I'm talking about actual hockey.
While we're on the subject of Hornswoggle, real quick, kudos to the new movie they're coming out. I'm pretty sure he's starring in Leprechaun.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I
He's
want to
gonna
see
be the
it.
new Leprechaun?
Yes!
Hell yeah! That's gonna be so
That's
awesome.
WWE Studios.
Why?
No way.
Why do you
Yeah.
think they shaved his head? Why do you think they shaved his head?
Shit.
And kept that weird ass looking hair for a while.
Is he gonna be getting high in the movie like the old Leprechaun be getting high in movies?
I don't think so.
Okay, cool,
Probably
cool.
not.
This is gonna be like straight up
PG.
horror shit.
Okay,
This would be
No,
great.
probably closer to R.
good.
Well,
Like think
anyways,
See No Evil style.
Well,
horror.
well,
Nice.
here's the problem I have with we mentioned two individuals who legitimately could possibly be the bunny. They don't look tall enough to be the bunny.
Yeah. And see, well, I thought it was the oversized ass head.
Yeah, I think
Could
that's
be.
it. I
Could
think
be.
that's probably it.
Because in most mascots' head, it has that cage bucket to where it just sits comfortably
True.
on whoever it gets put
Yeah,
on.
but you still
the
got like
actual-
3 feet of head on
He's
there.
exactly.
still that bunny is still not as bad as the one at Five Nights at Freddy's. You ever played that game?
I
Oh
have
my
not.
God! You can download the free demo. You'll need your mouse. That's all you need. Turn out the lights. Play that shit. Fucking great.
It's also not as bad as
It's like a
the one
$6
from-
game. If you want to call
It's also not as bad as the bunny from Monty Python and the Quest for the
Oh,
Holy
fuck.
Grail.
I didn't watch all that movie, but I
You
saw
didn't
that
have
part and I
eyes.
was like,
But I
horrible.
know what you're
Oh
talking
my
about.
God.
A rabbit?
I know exactly what you're talking about.
All right.
Before the rabbit, let's as long as we're talking about famous destructive bunnies, let's go with Donnie Darko.
He really doesn't count because he was a figment of somebody's imagination.
The entire movie was.
One bunny we didn't mention though, who could still be in the hunt, the Trix Rabbit. Maybe,
Oh my God.
Maybe Tyson and
Titus O'Neil?
Titus. Why did I say Tyson?
Tyson?
Titus O'Neil and Heath Slater have a bowl of tricks in their locker room.
Oh
He
my
wants
God.
the key. They want the key.
You shall.
You shall.
All right. So
Sorry, rabbit. Tricks are for kids.
You shall. He steals the box of cereal and runs off.
it reminds me of that episode of I think it was Family Guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Where-
what
where he
it was.
breaks
yeah,
his
yeah,
neck.
he breaks the kid's
That's-
neck. Yeah, that's what we're talking
They
about.
actually shoots the fucking bunny.
I was like, holy shit. That's scary.
Ah! Ah!
Grabs him by the ears, just drags him off.
Or the picture of him, the rest his soul, dying on the deathbed because he's been starving all these years because all he wanted was a bowl of cereal. God rest his soul.
Well, funny thing, while we're talking about Bugs Bunny, the guy who voiced Bugs Bunny, Mel Blanc, was allergic to carrots.
Oh my.
Did you know that? This information has been brought to you by Bottom of That Productions.
Everything in this world is a lie.
But no, you mentioned...
Hello Kitty's not really a kitty.
Sailor Moon never once stepped foot on a ship.
I hope she shitted. Because if she's backed up for this many years, Somebody in trouble, Jack.
That was so funny. I almost died, you guys. Oh my god.
His
Okay.
face turned this weird Brock Lesnar color.
Brock Lesnar purple was actually trending on Yahoo yesterday.
Yeah.
Brock Lesnar purple.
Apparently, he's been having health issues.
Huh.
Anyways,
I wonder why.
you mentioned
4F.
Sheamus earlier.
Yeah.
Sheamus is actually on our notes for another topic. Apparently, Sheamus wants Rusev. And backstage talking, he wants a match with Rusev.
Really?
U.S. title?
I think that would be great.
Oh yeah.
It would be bad for the U.S. title, but it would be
no.
great for him.
That'd bring back the European title.
No.
Or he could call it the Russian title.
It's because
that's why I say it's
WWE
bad for him.
wouldn't let a foreigner who's holding the U.S. title beat this guy. Like, they're going to have someone who's actually from America beat him. They're not going to have anyone who's not a, and I'm not saying Jack Swagger's going to do it, but they're not going to have someone who's not a real American beat him.
No, not beat him. I'd say we drop the title to Sheamus. Sheamus loses to Rusev. Rusev changes it to the European title. In order to change it back, somebody from the USA has to win the title back.
See, and I think you could still get the USA chance for Sheamus because he's holding the US title.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He could that would be a great.
He could
that would
make
be a
that
great
promo.
change of character.
This may not be my original home, but
he said that he's proud to be American and that he loves to. This is his favorite home that he's ever
and
had.
see, that would be a great
This is where he
change
loves
of
to live.
character because he's always talking about being Irish on TV. A great change of character.
Listen here, fella.
Yeah, he starts a promo. Listen here, fella. I may not be from the United States. That's horrible. I'm just going to drop the accent.
Yeah.
I may not be from the United States, but I hold the United States title, and with that holds a great amount of prestige for the country that this title was founded in. And I'll be damned if I'm going to let some Bulgarian brute known as Rusev
and let Lana
take
be
this
the
from me.
and let Lana be the one to announce the change of title. And let it be before the match, just so everybody knows what's going to happen when they win.
Or no, what would be perfect? They line up. The following contest is for the United States Championship. Lana stops. No, it's for the Russian Championship.
There is.
That would create so much bad blood for that match. You're so excited for it.
Refuses to carry a belt that promotes the USA.
I'm still waiting for the time where JBL lets it slip. Hey, King, what's Lana spelled backwards? Because that's a JBL line. That is a JBL line.
or
a Jerry line.
What rhymes with puppies? More puppies!
Oh, you guys. But I think that would be great for the U.S. title.
Oh, yeah.
It would be bad for the U.S. title in the fact that they'd have to change it.
Yeah.
But
it would be like 2 months and they change it back.
Exactly. Or even give him a long run with it.
Yeah.
And then finally drop it to somebody coming up.
Yeah.
Like Sami Zayn. Because he's got that background. He's wrestled in like 16, 17
He
countries.
stays hype. Sorry.
No.
That's
wrong one?
Yeah, that's the wrong one.
That's
Sorry.
SAFT.
Oh, yeah.
SAWFT. Soft. You don't get hyped, you stay hyped. I can't remember his name. Fuck.
But no, he's actually taken a downturn in NXT.
But anyways, I could see bring
because
Sami Zayn up in like 6 months. Right? Or even Adrian. Well, no, I'd say Sami Zayn fits perfect. He could be. His promos could be.
with the selfies?
Oh, Tyler Breeze.
Tyler
No,
Breeze?
not him.
Oh,
Here's why I say Sami
I
Zayn.
know. I wanted to come over just so people could like just so he could be looking at his phone or something, and like whoever he's beefing with could just walk by and just slap the phone out of his hand. Stop looking at yourself, and just walk off.
And
he picks up his phone. He sees that it's broken. He just crushes it in his hand.
I think a perfect feud for Tyler Breeze would be
Dolph Ziggler.
Fandango. Battle of the Pretty Boys.
Yeah.
It'd go from Fandango to Dolph Ziggler would be the next step up.
Of course. Exactly. But back to why I think it should be Sami Zayn. Sami Zayn's got this background where he's wrestled in so many countries and he wears them all on his tights.
Yeah.
Right? And he could be like, I've wrestled all around the world. I've wrestled in places like Japan. Wrestled blah, blah, blah. I've never wrestled in Russia. But I'm glad I don't because I don't have to deal with ignorant people like you.
Giant ass pussy.
right?
Pussy.
Say stuff like that.
Yeah, pussy.
And then people would get so behind him, and he drops the title to a young, brand new Sami Zayn.
And a tiny guy.
Exactly.
Watch it be the tiny guy.
No, but that's why he wins.
And see,
He tries to put him in the accolade, but he's too small. He just slides out, grabs him, freaking does the freaking turnover where he slides over, freaking the bridge,
and the
bridges his ass.
no,
1, 2,
no, not
3.
even that. Do that thing where he pulls him up like he's gonna just do a atomic
alley-oop
drop
slam?
and
Yeah.
flips him around and power bomb. He'd have to fake
But
it a few
Sami
times.
Zayn,
He's
a
got
guy
the strength.
Sami Zayn's size to a guy Rusev's size. Like a lot of people didn't
It'd be a
really
great
truly
David
imagine
Goliath.
how big Rusev was. But remember, when he stepped in the ring with Mark Henry,
Yeah.
he was stepping toe to toe with Mark Henry. You couldn't tell the difference in size between them.
Mm-hmm.
Sami Zayn
His fighting
picking
stuff.
up Sami Zayn picking up and slamming Rusev, not believable for the reality era. I'm sorry.
Have y'all?
You could even you could even be he tries it, and then finally he staggers him and just picks him up and does the atomic drop slam, just a little bit, or even just pulls him up and just falls, lets his body weight fall.
The flapjack.
Yeah.
Or Sami Zayn, because he's a high flyer, just somehow grounds him with
Slides under him, trips him. Freaking Lana's trying to distract him, like bounces off the ropes. Lana kind of stumbles off. Jump. Freaking whatever his special move off the top rope he is.
It's not the
1, 2,
Falcon's
3.
Arrow.
It is not the Falcon's Arrow. That's fucking impossible.
No, it's not.
No one can do that when he flips in the air. Oh wait, you're talking about the regular Falcon's Arrow.
No. The Falcon's Arrow that you did
Yeah.
is known as the Red Arrow for Adrian Neville.
All this.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Who stays airborne that long?
Adrian Neville.
He's the man that gravity forgot people.
You
I'll
know
go
who
check
you know
this
who
shit
Adrian
out.
Neville's trainer is? Evan Airborne.
Oh shit, that's why.
I actually don't know if that's
Okay,
true, but that
okay.
would make so much sense.
That would.
Evan Bourne makes a comeback and beats Rusev.
Oh my god.
No,
He doesn't work for him anymore though.
No, I think I'd lose my mind if that happened.
Like, why are you bringing guys back?
Didn't you just buy this week? I'm joking.
All right. So for the second half of our show, we're going to talk about Hell in a Cell. It's coming up October 26th or something.
Yes.
It's already shaping up to be really good because we know we're getting Cena and Lesnar.
Well, yeah, we're pretty sure about it.
There's no doubt in my mind.
But
Lord,
within the
I hope
confines
it's
of a
the end all
cell.
be all because that last one, boy.
Well,
Like
Cena was
it
pissed.
kind of got me starting to root for Cena there a little bit, just a little bit, because you saw an aggression from him that you've not seen from him ever before.
Mhm.
He should still be trying to lean into that heel roll.
The only
He
time
stopped
we
leaning
ever
into it after
the
a
only
while.
time we ever saw him, that motivated was when he debuted.
Mhm.
That's the most ruthless we've seen him, is when he debuted, and then he stopped being ruthless. He stopped getting hungry, because he was like, yeah, they're calling me the Chosen One backstage. Yeah, I'm the new champ. They're just calling me the champ. The champ is here. For 10 fucking years, and now, here it is, 2014, he's not champ anymore.
That's right.
He's not the big guy on the playground.
He's a mark-ass Midge.
Mm-hmm.
well,
He's
see,
a mark-ass Midge.
And so
Midge,
now we're
Midge,
seeing
Midge.
we're seeing him with a hunger and a drive that he hasn't had to have before.
well, see, and I like the fact that the match ended in a disqualification and Night of Champions. It kind of pissed me off a little bit, but like you pointed out right after it, they're setting up Hell in a Cell right now because he lost, but he shouldn't have lost. He lost because of interference. Well, how do you stop interference? You put those two motherfuckers in a goddamn cage.
And
what
who's
you
wrestled
think.
in a cage so many times before?
Exactly. Brock Lesnar's got a UFC background.
Mm-hmm.
He knows how to use that cage as a weapon.
That's like putting Steve Blackman versus Ken Shamrock in a Lions Den match. Oh wait, we did that one already. And Blackman came out on top. No, Blackman lost. Blackman got the shit beat out of him.
What was the Lions Den match?
It was sort of like a mini UFC style ring
Okay.
that sat off by the entrance ramp area.
That's kind of cool. I guess I have to look at that.
Had a bunch of weapons up on top. It
That's
was
pretty
cool.
But no, I think Lesnar and Cena needs to happen at Hell in a Cell, because I think Lesnar Cena in a cage is more of a draw than Lesnar Big Show in a cage. You know?
Yeah.
Because Cena's a hard knocks hitter. You can't take that away from him. He's a very talented person. His character sucks. It's getting better. It's slowly getting better.
Yeah, because we're seeing a drive in him. That,
See,
like,
I
and
switch
hunger.
over. I switch over to this hate Cena club, and then he starts getting interesting again.
Yeah.
I still hate him.
I mean, I don't hate the guy. I just think his character needs a big change, and we're starting to see it a little bit.
His character needs to stop wearing them loud ass fucking neon cut. You are not riffraff.
You know why? I
Take that
told
off.
you why. I told you why my theory behind that. Cena's gonna turn heel on his deathbed. The doctor's gonna say, "Do you have any last words, Mr. Cena?" Yes. I always thought that Brie was hotter than Nikki. I hate kids. I one time shit in a shoebox and mailed it to an orphanage, and I framed it on Randy Orton. I one time put a box of razor blades in a box of Fruity Pebbles.
Nice.
And the reason that I wear
Or
bright
the
colors.
reason you can't see me.
Oh, the reason you can't see me is because I wear bright colors, and they cause you to go blind. That's why I change my shirt every 2 weeks.
Nice.
I've said that once on the podcast before, but that's I think that would be that's when I think Cena would turn heel. Either that, or he would try to accidentally high five a Make-A-Wish kid with no arms. Oh fuck! Fuck this kid!
The cameras were on, weren't they? Damn it.
Yeah, he's in the backstage.
This is a rude ass kid not wanting to high five the champ. You can't see me, and you're probably gonna die because you can't pick up a fork.
Rocks in the SCF. Yeah. Crawl to the ropes.
You can't tap
Crawl
out.
to the ropes.
Tap
and
out
he
with-
uses his chin and he crawls to the ropes.
Tap out with
Bites
the little
the
nubbies.
ropes.
Tap out with those little nubbies.
I can't tell
can't
if he's
feel
tapping
it.
out.
I can't feel it.
Can't feel it.
Chris Jericho's on the sideline. Do what I taught you. Put him in the armbar. I invented that. What armbar? Make it up. Give him a prosthetic arm so you can break it in half. God damn, I'm terrible.
I'm sorry.
Alright.
Reasons why Bottom of the Map Productions is going to hell. Number 473.
Damn, we've already hit that many?
Yep.
I forgot to
Sure
reset the counter.
have.
Alright, well, another match that I'm hoping we see, Ambrose and Rollins in the cell.
Finally, Rollins won't be able to run.
Mm-hmm.
Ambrose, good God, he was
Except-
pissed.
Rollins has the authority.
Was that not hilarious,
Who has
you
the key
guys?
to the cell?
Was that foot chase not hilarious on Monday?
No,
That was
I-
hilarious.
You know who I'd give the key to the cell to make sure that no one from the authority gets it?
Big Show?
Great caller, since he's apparently really good at guarding shit.
But John Cena needs to be the one to tell him, don't let anybody in. Rollins needs to get what he asked for. Speak in the Punjab like he does.
Great call. He's like, nope. Nope.
Nope.
Nope.
Puts his hand on top of Kane's head. Just...
I remember when the two of them went at it at WrestleMania a couple years back.
Yeah.
It's 23, I believe. They were doing Raw vs. SmackDown. And I think Khali ended up winning. No, Khali lost because Kane used that little hook from the movie See No Evil.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
But I think Rollins and Ambrose on the cell needs to happen.
Definitely.
For the simple fact that he hasn't got a chance to really get him alone. The lumberjack match didn't quite do the deal.
Yeah, and if a lumberjack match can't keep two men inside the ring,
There's only one way to keep two men inside of the ring.
Absolutely.
Hell.
And that will be a hell of a match. That will be one hell
two
of a
of the
match.
most talented guys on the roster today.
I could see not one.
Well, you got Mr. Money in the
not
Bank and
two,
Mr. Titty Master.
but 3 panels on that top of the cage falling through.
I can't see that. This is the PGA era. They're gonna put together a great match, but they're gonna be putting together a great match with dulled weapons, dulled tools. This is PG. We don't see a lot of blood.
Yet.
We don't see people falling 25 feet from the top of a cell. Why? Because that shit's too violent for kids.
No, it's not.
For what worked for me, but I tried that shit at home, so.
Exactly. I've been jumping off of 2-story roofs for 6 years.
I didn't do that. But actually, my brother's got a permanent scar on his back from when we'd wrestle on his mattress, which is really close to the wall. We were stupid. We didn't think, let's pull it out a little bit. There happened to be a nail protruding out of the, like we were at hang a picture. We took the picture down.
You also don't want to use mattresses that have like inner coil metal springs.
Yeah, they cut off.
Because those can come out.
Right. Well, see, we would do shit like that, and like we were like, you know, we would like, let's do this, let's do that, and like we would actually push. I pushed him one time, and he backed into it and fell down. Big ass gash on his back.
Oof.
Really, I mean, he hurt so bad. I'm like, oh, we cannot tell mom. I'm okay with that because we'll both get our ass beat. But he has a nasty little scar there, and like, dude, chicks dig the scar. He's got one on his head. He's got one on his arm where his screws went in. He's got one on his leg. He's got one on his back, dude. That motherfucker. I'm surprised he's not drowning in the pussy.
Next time my mom comes down here, ask her about the time she came in the house and she found all that blood on her coffee table. Me and my older brother were wrestling in the house. My older brother goes for the choke slam, but he doesn't throw the arm over. So it's not one of the safe ones. It's just straight up all neck. And instead of dropping me, he accidentally throws me. Well, I stumble back, and the back of my head hits my mom's wooden coffee table. Cherry wood coffee table.
I gave my stepbrother a concussion one time.
Pow!
Similar
Back of my head
situation.
exploded open.
We were fucking around in the living room, and I like accidentally tripped him, and he fell backwards and hit the entertainment center. Had a big old gash on his head, and my stepmom was asleep, and she heard it. And I'm like, oh shit! Yeah, I'm doing the best I can to hold. I told her it was my fault. We were fucking around. She's like, it's okay. We got him in the bathroom. Washed all the blood out of his hair. He had a concussion. He was loopy for a couple days, but he was like, dude, that's probably the most fun I've ever had.
I don't remember how many stitches I got. You'll have to ask mom that. I don't remember how many stitches I got, but oh yeah, no. Freaking, she came in the house, and I was in my dad had brought me the Chicago Bulls shirt, white with the red logo on it.
Mm-hmm.
You couldn't tell the bull was there. All you saw was the black eyes. Because the blood had just drenched the back of my shirt and just started seeping up and freaking forward. And my mom comes in and she's like, what the hell? And my older brother says, I can fix it. I can fix it.
I can fix it.
I'm not knocked out. I'm just sitting there. I don't even know what's going on. And then I get the stitches. And that's when all the pain started to come in.
Now, this one didn't happen with wrestling, but my older siblings used to fight. And my brother was working on something like some sort of carpentry or whatever. And he had a hammer that he was using. And my older sisters, like, they were messing with him. And he picked up the hammer and he went like this and he stopped. And he didn't throw the hammer. He didn't know that the hammer's head wasn't fitting on that handle very well. So the head of the hammer came off the handle, spun, hit my older sister Michelle square in the middle of the forehead,
my God.
knocked her the fuck out.
Oh my God!
Damn.
Like my parents, like that was another one where they were like, we're not telling. We are not telling because we will all get the fuck beat out of us. You just committed assault with a deadly weapon. That's what happened. So what ended up happening was they got home and my older sister apparently had some bunk bed that was sort of like the wooden bunks at the school, and they had these little protrusions on the top of the end frames that were right about the same size as the hammerhead, which worked out perfectly because my older sister Michelle, kind of a klutz, so she would drop so they just said she tripped and she fell and she hit her head on there, and of course she wasn't in any position to say anything otherwise because she was like, I like purple. What do you want for dinner tonight? Kittens. I want kittens.
All right. Well, while we're divulging back to memory lane, we'll do this and then we'll do the top 5. Hello. Come on in. I think, unless you have drugs. Actually, especially if you have drugs.
Okay.
Okay. No drugs.
We have a special guest that just dropped my wrist again.
Oh, I mean, that was Kim for the first time. Hi.
Welcome to the show.
We're just going to use your real name because it can be a fake name too.
That's fine.
Ladies and gentlemen, Raven and Sophia are here.
Say hi.
Say hi to everybody. Say hi to the studio.
Hi. She says hi.
Say hi. Anyway,
she ain't doing that.
She looks really shy.
Sophie, say hi. Hi.
There we go.
That
was
this is the best moment we've ever had on the show.
Thing we've ever had.
Absolutely. We're actually talking about
Fun.
wrestling.
Do you know, what are you guys talking about?
Wrestling.
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 For what? Like, what do you mean? Like,
WWE.
Monday Night Raw?
Podcast. Yes. Oh, we got a
Oh,
wrestling
snap.
expert.
Here we go.
All right. Well, this will be perfect.
Oh, I do.
All
I
right.
do.
Well, what I was gonna say is let's go back. Everybody did backyard wrestling, or they did wrestling in their bedroom.
Oh, yeah.
Name your character that you made up for yourself, and tell a little bit about a story.
Okay.
I'll go first though.
Oh, okay.
I have to
Okay,
go use the bathroom in a second, so I can step
Okay,
out.
okay.
My character I called the Phoenix because it was back when you had like this. You had Sting, the Undertaker.
Like
Nobody
that.
used actual names, right? When I was little. My story was, I basically pulled a Super Cena. I'll admit it. Basically, I was getting my butt beat forever and ever and ever, and I'd come around to win like a Phoenix rising from the ashes. That was what I was saying. I was like 12. So sue me. Hi.
Hi.
We are a family-friendly studio sometimes.
Just not with much with her language.
I have known her since I was pregnant with her. She's a very well-loved baby.
Oh, she looks cute.
She will lay a smackdown. She threw a freaking phone at me today.
Oh yeah. I'm going this way.
Alright, my character that I invented for myself was... I actually used my real name. And so, because I wasn't very imaginative. And I was a big WCW fan, and so I was just an unstoppable monster, much like Goldberg.
For you, my backyard wrestling name was my nickname, D-Money. No E. It's money without the E. Pretty good. My main goal was to make enough money in the backyard wrestling game to put the E in my name.
Couldn't afford enough. We
No,
couldn't buy a
no.
vowel.
She was like, oh.
Yeah, I couldn't buy the vowel. That was the running joke. I know.
She's all, hi, Sugarhead. No. Don't you touch. No. Damn it.
No, you're fine. She didn't.
No, it's still recording. We still good.
Her butt
We
cheeks
got a
hanging
baby in
out.
the studio.
Her butt's hanging out.
No, it's okay. We're not pedophiles over here.
I know, I gotta fix it. Let me see her hanging. There you go.
There you go.
Oh,
How
sorry,
old is
kiddo.
She
be
tripped
2
over my
in
foot.
February.
Oh,
Mama, she's very sensitive little girl.
let's go to mom.
Hi. What are you doing? Silly girl. Oh.
But yeah. And it was towards the end of our of the CWF is what we called it, the King with the C from my older brother, Wrestling Federation. King's Wrestling Federation. All the kids in the east end of Enid in the neighborhood used to come out to our friend Preston's backyard, and yeah, he was doing what we like to call home repair at the time. So there was a whole lot of drywall laying around that we used as tables. Yeah, exactly. Through the drywall. Through 8 layers of drywall. My God. And needless to say, he got in trouble. He was
Watch your head.
grounded.
Watch your head. High five.
All right. So now we've got our top
No.
5.
No.
And what did we do today? We decided we were going to do top 5 Hell in a Cell matches.
And once again, we have come together on this one to give you a definitive list of our top 5
That's
favorites.
what they're going to say. I don't know if you noticed.
Oh yeah.
Stop.
Let's start with our honorable mentions. Who wants to go first and give theirs?
Stop.
I'll go ahead and start first. My honorable mentions were actually for pioneers of cage matches, because without cage matches, we wouldn't have Hell in a Cell. And I decided to make the pioneers of the cage match Ricky the Dragon Steamboat and Jimmy Superfly Snooker.
How awesome was that Superfly splash on
I'm
the top?
telling you,
the top of the
that's
cage?
what started the whole top of the cage movement. I think is that Superfly splash. And that's me. That was me. That's my honorable mention.
All right, I went with actual Hell in a Cell match. It was pretty recent. Cena, Del Rio, and Punk.
Hell in a Cell 2011.
Don't.
Punk had just come back from his hiatus,
I won't let her press the
1 week
buttons.
hiatus or whatever, after winning at SummerSlam or Money in the Bank. He won at SummerSlam, but then got cashed in on by Del Rio. Both Cena and Punk had a clause for a rematch, so I put him in Hell in a Cell.
Well, actually, it went on.
Well, yeah,
There was Punk faced Triple H there
right.
at the next
At Night of
event.
Champions, yeah.
Whoa.
But eventually they cashed. They decided to do a Hell in a Cell match. Cena got locked out.
She will pinch them. I promise
Punk
you,
lost.
she will. She'll pinch your boobs. She does it to me all the time.
You got me concerned.
She goes, I'm like, what are you doing? I just have the little scrape marks from her pinching when she's a little baby.
Alright, how about you, House? Or Doc, sorry. I forgot we changed our names.
Yeah, I know, right?
Memory of the first
I gotta say, Triple H and Jericho is definitely up there. They, right off the bat, there was an urgency between their matches.
Was this before or after Triple H had torn his quad?
This was 2002, so this would have been after.
So yeah, this was kind of
Is
a
it more?
retribution moment for Triple H.
Yes. But there's a lot of, like, Undertaker Edge. I don't think that one made our
didn't make it on
top
my
5.
There were so many to choose from.
Batista Undertaker. Batista Triple H.
Lesnar Undertaker.
Batista Triple H. I mean, Batista brought out a steel chair that was wrapped in barbed wire. And that led to some of the just most brutal spots I've ever seen. Triple H, Shawn Michaels.
What
From
she's
Bad
doing
Blood
right now
2000.
reminds me of the Lion King with Simba.
I can see it.
Jimmy, the only thing greater than yourself.
I caught baby exercise. Baby workout.
Mm-hmm.
You see, Raven's gonna be the first diva with all natural breasts.
She works out her arms, and the kid has a great time.
Oh yeah.
All right, so let's.
And it progressively gets more intense because as you get
I can
used
drop
to
on the
a
bed
certain
like
weight,
She'll be the funniest fucking thing in the
as you
world.
get used to a certain weight,
No.
the kid grows,
Right?
and so you.
Oh no, I feel it. Believe me, I feel it.
All right, so number 5 on our list:
Stop.
Armageddon Hell in a Cell.
Oh my.
Let's give you the lineup:
Yay.
Stone Cold Steve Austin, Kurt Angle, who was defending WWF champion at the time, Triple H,
Look.
the People's Champ, if you smell, The Rock,
Yeah.
Rikishi,
Biggest booty in the WWE.
and Dead Man Incorporated,
Yeah.
The Undertaker.
She does it.
American
She'll wear
Badass
peppers
version.
and like throw herself on.
Let
it.
me just say, that is probably the most brutal Hell in a Cell match I have ever seen. Because, and here's the one reason why, Rikishi falling off the freaking cell.
Yeah, I know, right?
into the back of like a hay wagon.
Oh my god, I
still-
thought the guy died.
For real.
Like he took that back bump like a pro, but like you could
He
see
didn't
as
move.
he's falling, he was just like
Whoa.
This is gonna hurt.
completely relaxed.
And he sold it like
And
a
he's-
champ. He's just laying. He doesn't move at
He
all.
stayed there. He didn't move. It was
The Rock's face and Steve's face said it all. Oh my god.
yeah.
Everybody just stopped.
Everybody else who was fighting, they were just like,
There were people looking for their jaw on the floor.
all right, we're gonna continue wrestling now, but that just happened. We got to pay respect to what just happened there.
Quick moment of silence for our friend Rikishi, and we're going.
Yep.
Number 4 on the list, WrestleMania 28, end of an era. Triple H, Undertaker, with special guest referee Shawn Michaels. 20-0.
I'm saying.
Oh my gosh, Triple H.
A lot of people thought that was where it should have ended.
I think so. I think that would have been a great. I mean, we would have had
we
the storylines
claimed
we have
end
now.
of an era. Yes.
Say ta-da.
Well,
Like,
it
if
is
you're
the
gonna
last time
claim-
we ever saw all 3 of those men in
Ta-da.
a ring at the same time.
Yeah.
Ta-da. How about please?
But we claimed it was going to be the end of an era, and so a lot of people were thinking,
Oh, yeah.
okay, this is going to be the final in-ring match for any of these.
I'm saying.
You know. I mean, Shawn Michaels, was there in a
And that
referee
was-
capacity, so that.
And that was a beautiful ending, too.
Oh.
Like, that match hit, that finish, where they're walking up that ramp together, that's
Yeah.
when
All
you
3 of
knew.
them.
Taker the year before had to be carted off, and
He could
when he
not walk
collapsed
Mhm.
outside in the ring, Triple H went, trying to help him out.
He couldn't leave the ring on his own power.
Yeah, and the officials kept Hunter away because it was these 3 men.
Fast forward a year, Taker leaves with his 2 best friends. 2 men he has the most respect for in the entire industry, and they walk off, and everybody's just like, "This is a match we will remember for the rest of our
It was
lives."
tearful.
I'm getting chills again.
Like, B and I watched this live with another buddy of ours, the Mr. Bot Scartley.
I was at AIT, so I didn't watch it.
And we watched it live, and we were sitting there,
Uh-oh.
and it was just awesome. Like, we were all in chills.
Oh yeah, we sat there. We did a whole round of applause type thing. We stopped eating our we stopped stuff. We was been stuffing our faces the whole time.
Yeah.
That match came on. We stopped eating. We stopped drinking. We stopped talking.
I had some shrimp pizza, and it sat untouched there for a while. And Bot Scartley sat up at the end of this match,
Sophie.
and he just turned around and he looked at us and he said, "Oh my
Don't
God!"
just scream. Stop screaming. No, stop screaming.
Aww.
Oh,
Don't scream.
I will tickle you.
I got something for you.
I will tickle you. I will tickle you.
Sophie.
I can't wait till I
We
kiss
have,
my
the
own.
most, we have the most adorable
Sophie.
person in the studio.
Don't scream.
All right.
So please excuse
Don't
us for
scream.
digressing.
All right.
Don't
So
scream.
number 3 on our list goes to the very first ever Hell in a Cell match of all time.
Here you go.
Mm-hmm.
You can play
The
that.
one, and it's still
Ah, that was cute.
number 2 or 3, right?
It's number 3.
3.
Please saying hi to.
Triple H versus The Undertaker.
No,
Not
no.
Triple H. Shawn Michaels. This is
I was
HBK.
like-
I looked down the line. We just went with that one. Shawn Michaels, The Undertaker. Excuse my goldfish.
I saw that too. I saw that on your screen too. I was like, "Do you put Triple H twice? Why would he do that?"
Because I'm retarded.
It was that good.
I'm a fish. Goddamn.
I'm a fish. Go
But if
home,
you watch
fish. You are drunk.
I blame Rubicon. I hired
That
somebody.
that was months ago. You
That
don't
was
have an
months
excuse anymore.
Look at my body.
You sound
My
like
metabolism
Rick
is
James.
shit.
You sound like Rick James after he slapped Charlie Murphy. Nigga, that was weeks ago.
But no, very first Hell in a Cell ever. Shawn Michaels is getting his ass kicked. Like, I don't think the guy could stand.
Climbing up the cage walls.
Trying to get away. Blood everywhere. He probably lost enough to donate twice at the Blood Institute.
Yeah, like he'd gotten thrown off the side of the cage.
People who work for the Blood Institute like, God damn it, we could have used that blood. We could have. And then you have Kane making his debut, ripping the fucking cell door off the hinges.
No. Nobody.
Which I hope that doesn't happen during
like
the
when-
Rollins.
like when that
angle.
happened-
That'd be a nice little spot of history, though. Like, Rollins is bleeding, can't freaking stand. Kane comes in, rips the cell door open, delivers a tombstone, and oh my god, it'd be like a blast of the past. I would shit myself.
Mm-hmm. I would too.
And
The inner fangirl
we
would come out
and
of
we
fish
wouldn't. We wouldn't clean up afterwards. We'd just be like, no, you're gonna wallow in your own shit.
Probably. Alright, number 2 on the list, Triple H and Mankind.
Ooh, ooh, ooh.
You probably know more
It
about
was
this
it was
than I do.
actually not Mankind. That was Triple H versus Cactus Jack.
Oh yeah,
Next
that's
step.
right.
Yeah.
I remember because that motherfucker came off that ramp like a motherfucker. Surfboard. I was like,
Yeah.
no, don't do it. Don't slide down to the ring like that. It's dangerous. A surfboard.
Cactus Jack.
Cactus
at
didn't
this
give
point,
a fuck.
At this point, he's fighting for his career.
Mm-hmm.
This is, I
He
believe,
said the only man that he thinks was strong enough to defeat Triple H is the one man who's crazy enough to put himself in a match like that.
and he took a back body drop that had him 10 foot off the roof of the cell. And then he took that back body drop and he hit that roof of the cell and it collapsed because that had become a staple of the match.
Yeah,
Of course.
At this point.
Yeah.
And he fell and there was he broke the ring, I believe. Was that the point where he fell and the ring collapsed around him?
No, the ring. I think it cratered. But I don't think
Yeah,
it
yeah, it
collapsed
cratered.
around it.
The ring didn't collapse itself, but like the mat
The mat
had
cratered,
a giant
yeah.
hole in it.
They
And
played around that song, bitch, the rest of the match.
yeah,
I was
that-
like, y'all just need to end it at this point, because there's not even a ring anymore.
that was. It's a good thing that was the last match of the night.
And number 1 match,
Hi.
number 1 Hell in a Cell match of all time without a surprise, has to go to The Undertaker and Mankind.
Oh yeah.
Funny
Mick
thing.
Foley. It was actually
No, it was Mankind.
well
Yeah,
I'm
now.
saying but
Oh,
no
yeah.
I'm saying Mick Foley just it's a credit to him that he has some of the most brutal matches in history, and he's still talking.
Oh yeah.
He's
And-
still
He's
a
still
very
talking.
smart
He's
guy.
still walking.
He's had so many injuries, yet his is the fake sport.
Yeah. She didn't like that.
But yeah, his is the fake sport. He's taken more bumps and bruises than anybody in the NFL.
It's like
Stop.
any wide receiver, especially.
Mm.
Don't.
Well,
Don't.
quick digression. Me and my buddy Austin, we started ourselves a franchise on NFL 25, Madden 25. We decided to go into owner mode and we did a fantasy draft. The Raiders are 8-0. Guess who their quarterback is? Peyton fucking Manning. They have Wes Welker. They've got Julio Jones. Like, oh my God, their team is stacked. And we were like, yeah, that makes sense because the Raiders have such a rich franchise.
Yeah.
Because you could be 0-15, and people would still show up for that last game of the season because they would sell that arena out.
Oh, absolutely.
Most loyal fans in the world.
Oh yeah.
And we just, like, I played them 1 week, lost by 20, because I was like, oh, I'm playing them. But we made a rule. We can only play three games a season because we're doing owner mode. And so, like, I'll play 3 of my divisional games. Like, I saw the 7-0 record. I'm like, how in the, oh my God, they must have got somebody really good. So I skip it. Lost 20-10. It's like, okay, that wasn't surprising considering my team. I got a few really good draft picks. I got Adrian Peterson. I got Phillip Rivers. That was about all I got really good. He plays them and gets destroyed almost. Only loses by 7. But Peyton Manning, we saw that. We're like, oh my gosh. Speaking of which, I got something to show you guys after the stream. Eli Manning plays for the Broncos. And he decided he wanted to throw a backwards pass. Didn't even get hit. He threw it backwards 21 yards. It went to the sideline. Fumble. 23-yard loss. End half.
Wow.
I'll show you guys. It was hilarious. Check it out on Twitch.
Oh
I highlighted it.
my
Bottom of the mat.
goodness
Twitch TV. Bottom of the mat. It was great.
Wow.
But no, back to Taker Mankind. Oh my gosh. He gets thrown off the cell, through the cell, and then if that's not bad enough, bring up the damn thumbtacks.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And
Tough
see, the thing is, he was talking backstage to Terry Funk before the match. And they were like, we got these spots planned, and Terry was like, man, I'm surprised they don't just throw you off of it. Mankind was like, yeah, we could do that. We could totally do that.
And of course, it was Terry Funk whispering in his ear.
Terry Funk was like, dude, I was kidding.
Terry.
I was kidding. I was joking.
Yeah,
No, don't do. They did it.
That's hilarious.
Absolutely.
And
it's a
it
match
was-
we will talk about forever.
Ever and ever.
It was
and ever.
brutal. It was absolutely one of the most brutal matches of all. But it worked. It worked.
Anytime
so well.
those two got together at ECW, anytime those two were together talking matches, but like freaking Mick Foley was like, you know what'd be funny, man? If like you went out there and you got hit with a bat with barbed wire on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be funny, man. Let's do
Let's
it.
call it Barbie. But no. And when they were walking up top there,
Mhm.
you remember the part before he gets thrown off the cell, where they're walking over to that end, and part of the roof collapses? That wasn't meant to happen.
Dun, dun, dun.
According to both of them, the part where he took the choke slam on top of the cell, and when the cell roof collapsed, that one wasn't meant to happen either.
Lord.
They didn't have the top of the cell built for that kind of weight. And
But he still got up and kept on fighting.
Mhm.
kept on fighting. Concussion, broken, teeth just knocked completely out.
Through his lip.
Through his lip, up in his nose,
Mhm.
and he gave the camera that grin.
Oh, God. The
That
infamous
was-
grin.
That was when you saw this guy.
Oh yeah.
This guy
We need
is
more
a
tough sons of
hardcore-
bitches like
This
that.
guy is a
today's
hardcore
WWE.
legend, and we.
And with that being said,
One more quick fun fact before we
Okay.
go there.
Okay.
The Undertaker had a broken foot that entire match.
Yep.
He started that match with a broken foot.
Really?
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, wow. I didn't even know that.
He broke it a couple days before, and he was like, you know what? We got a match. Let's do it. I'll be fine. You're taking all the high impact.
A child is
anyway.
being assaulted by a pillow in here. I just wanted to let everybody in the viewing audience know.
Don't worry, it isn't child abuse. She's laughing about it. And I took a nap on that pillow a couple days ago. It is the softest thing I've
It
ever
really
felt.
is.
Oh my gosh.
One of the greatest pillows I've ever had.
Here it comes.
By God, King, that baby has a family. And with that being said,
No. I was going to point something out. There's 2 shirtless people in the studio today. That means the person not wearing the shirt, or the person wearing the shirt is a Mitch.
What?
He's a Mitch! You're a Mitch! You're a Mitch! We
No.
didn't hang up on you!
You definitely a Mitch.
you know what?
Yeah.
I'll take
Stop
it
wearing
off.
something,
I'll take
bitch.
it off. No, I'm not going to take it off.
Please don't. Please don't. Just
All
take the
right,
Mitch.
you've been slammed
To
to the bottom of the mat.
This podcast has been brought to you by Bottom of the Map Productions.